Hello everybody, this is Skyflight44, aka Zect44, and today we're going to continue playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution. Now, I tried playing this game earlier and recording, and let's just say it didn't work out so well. So now we're going to have to go through and beat these two again. Sadly, especially this one. Screw this one. This one, on the other hand, I found something that I just couldn't live without. If we go over and see what deck he's running, I do believe it is Zera to Infinity. You noticed? I have every single card now in this deck. And if you see at the very end of it, Solemn Judgment. When a monster would be summoned or a spell trap is activated, pay half your life points and negate the summon or activation. If you do, destroy that card. This is a fantastic counter trap, and this is one of the ones I was looking for. The only other thing that I would really like is some more solemn warnings. But yeah, I found this just randomly when I was in that botched recording, and let's just say I immediately went and tried beating him again and again until I got 25,000 points off of just beating that one duelist. And, well, Keith paid out the ass, but my Fairy Dreams deck is looking a lot better. Those solemn strikes are no longer in the deck. They just weren't working for me. And especially with what I'm dealing with right now and a lot of normal monsters, Solemn Judgment can at least get rid of them. And the thing that is most problematic for me is getting an effect off. The Solemn Warning is the only one that really can do whatever I need it to. And that's why I like Solemn Warning. However, Solemn Judgment can almost do as much as Solemn Warning. It's just you pay out the ass for it. But a lot of these other ones, like Seven Tools of the Bandit, Magic Jammer, Divine Punishment, and technically even Rebirth of Parshath, are a little bit more conditional. Rebirth of Parshath probably being the best out of all of them because you just need a counter trap in your hand. But the only other, like, easily at any point in time you can use a counter trap I have is Negate Attack. Your opponent's going to attack you. That is just something that is going to happen. And you can easily make this go off if you just need to have a counter trap. Don't summon anything, your opponent's going to attack you. That's it. So, this deck is looking pretty good, but why is it at 41 cards? Because when I was spending some of those points, and I wanted to save at least 10,000 so I could go about, pulling some packs on video, but I found Honest. And I'm not really likely to add any more Honest to this deck. Because getting the 1 is already really good, considering the fact that I can search it off of Power Angel Materia. Again, add 1 Light Fairy monster from your deck to your hand if you manage to negate a spell trap or monster effect. Well, that sounds lovely, doesn't it? And with Honest, I can just use Sanctum of Parshath to put it right back on top of my deck. So, that's just lovely. If I can get that other monster that, was it Meltiel? Whichever one just allows me to counter trap goes off, I get to destroy a card in my opponent's field. I'm probably going to get rid of 1 Freed the Brave Wanderer and 1 Harvest Angel of Wisdom for that. But that's the big thing that I kind of want. But let's see. I just want to know whether or not we're going to have some fun finding a new type of deck we want to make. The big thing is the Gemini one's going to take a little while to actually get anything for. And so that one, well, number one, it's never going to be a good deck. But I am very interested in seeing, still being able to make something out of that. Now, XYZ, any of the these union monsters is an interesting idea. We also have Thunder Dragon in this one. I just don't know what is. I know that I don't know if Thunder Dragon Titan is forbidden at this point in time, or whether it's the one that just requires two Thunder Dragons. And no, not twin-headed Thunder Dragon. But I'm pretty sure the one that just requires two is definitely forbidden at this point in time. Agave Dragon. Okay, interesting. We could do something with this. If this card is link summoned, you can apply these effects in sequence, depending on the types of monsters in the graveyard. And it is a graveyard, so this does, in fact, mean your opponent's too. Inflict 100 damage to your opponent for each dragon. This card gains 200 attack for each dinosaur. All monsters your opponent controls loses 300 attack for each sea serpent, and you gain 400 life points for each worm. The ones I'm starting to like very much so is the dinosaur one, the sea serpent one, and I'm actually thinking of making a deck that is using sea serpent in it. So this sounds pretty cool. Even then, it's 3,000 point Peter, so I don't mind that whatsoever. Okay, counter it. What is this? It's not a counter trap, so I'm less likely to like it. But when an opponent's monster declares a direct attack, negate the attack, and if you do, draw one card. Then, if it is a monster, immediately after the effect resolves, you can normal summon it in face-up attack position. That isn't so bad. Number one, it just negates an attack. That's a direct attack. You can draw a card, and then actually just summon it off. That's pretty good. I do actually like that. But let's see. So Thunder Dragon or Thunder Dragon Roar. Shrink isn't so bad. I still don't want to make a Blue Eyes deck. One of my favorite decks I've made in this was a normal deck that, just in general, was actually pretty decent. Granted, it was before I knew a lot of, like, normal support, but I really liked it, and it would have beaten him versus so many different of his decks. But then he played a Blue Eyes deck against my normal dragon deck, and my first of the dragon monster is hard countered by a Blue Eyes player, because all you need in order to be able to, the big thing is it cannot be destroyed by a battle with a monster or a non-normal monster. So you only can beat it is by attacking with a normal monster, and it's unaffected by monster effects. Therefore, the majority of decks are going to have a bit of a harder time trying to get rid of this card. But then he's just playing a fucking Blue Eyes deck, which means, wow, he can easily get a card that is just gonna go about beating over it. No questions asked. It's even 2,700, so trying to, having a normal monster that is at that high, that amount of attack power is already something that's going to be you're going to hardly find that in the deck. Which is why I'm so... We're not using you. We're not using you. But it's just... I have since always disliked the Blue Eyes archetype. Okay, I think I already have a playset of that, so that's not really all that interesting. Outside of Thunder Dragon, I'm not finding too much that I like. Okay, Thunder Dragon Colossus. Yes, it was Colossus is the one I'm pretty sure is, you know, forbidden. I think Titan may not be. If Titan isn't, then we might just be playing Thunder Dragon. Ring of Destruction, I don't believe I have any of those. Union Hanger, okay. We may just go about making that Union monster deck. I do like Wall of Illusion. Thunder End Dragon, what is this? 2 level 8 normal monsters. Once per turn, you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card, destroy all other monsters on the field. Okay. So, this is basically for... Oh, this is basically for a Blue Eyes deck anyway. Wonder if we can actually go about using this for something else, because that's actually a pretty good effect. And the fact that you can actually use it 2 different turns. That's nice. Interesting. So, Owl of Luck, select 1 field spell card from your deck and place it on top of your deck. If Necro Valley is on the field, you can add the selected field spell card to your hand instead. This is strange. That second portion of it, at the very least, is strange. The fact that it can go about searching a field spell from your deck and placing on top of your deck is cool. But the fact that it can find you a field spell card when you already, most likely, already have Necro Valley on the field, why would you want to get another field spell card? Not gonna lie, that doesn't sound very good. I was also thinking, okay, that does seem very nice. So you can discard this card, then target 1 Thunder monster you control. It gains 500 attack. If this card is banished or sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add 1 Thunder Dragon Matrix from your deck to your hand. You can only use 1 Thunder Dragon Matrix effect per turn, and only once that turn. Now, see, this is pretty good because it's already a 2,000 point defense monster. Number 1, it just requires a Thunder monster you control, and it's going to gain 500 attack. It does not say anywhere that this is by the end of the turn, the end of the phase. This is permanent, and if it's banished, then or banished from the graveyard, we can just get another one to hand. That actually sounds pretty good. I'm wondering whether or not this is going to have applications outside of a Thunder Dragon deck, though. Like, maybe a Watt deck, considering the fact that a lot of those monsters can attack directly, and, well, just having more attack power is going to be good. Then again, considering all those are light, you might as well just be using Honest. But at least it would be something that could get you back some more stuff. Herald of Perfection is an interesting one. We could go for one of these heralds, like Herald of Perfection, was it? Or no, Ultimateness, I believe it is. Temple of the Kings. That is pretty cool. If we can get Mystical Beast of Surcat. And last one. Oracle of the Herald. That's cool. Raiden. That is also cool. Okay, I'm actually pretty happy with those. So, again, I'm thinking possibly the XYZ series of Union monsters. Outside of that, Thunder Dragon is another one I've not made before and I'm really interested in making. There's also, in some of the other pulls I was getting when I was going with I'm thinking possibly Pac-Man. which is a series or it's a deck using a series of monsters that um, gain effect or have effects that trigger when they are flip summoned, and then also have the ability to flip themselves face down. So let's see. Let's actually just do the things I've already done. And trust me, at this point in time, I'm very aware of what kind of deck Keith is using. Interestingly enough, though, the two duels I pretty much continuously gone after in my times just grinding in this game, off screen, have been Keith. But the other time it was specifically for Mausoleum of the Emperor and not Solemn Judgment. And I did not completely like beat him until he had no way of giving me cards, because now Keith will not give us cards. And you will see at the very end of this that all we're going to gain is points, unfortunately. But I did get my 3 Solemn Judgments, and that is just something I love to go about throwing into several different decks. But definitely with a deck that let's just say, does not require me to... I can completely ignore a lot of times that life point cost. Okay, so Bandit Keith has only one really annoying monster. I'm gonna set Giant Soldier of Stone, mainly due to the fact that I kind of want Fairy's Hand Mirror on the, on the field and active for me, just in case. Now we can go for Ancient Rules. Get out Dark Magician. However, Celtic Guardian's just not going to be terribly useful at the moment. As soon as he goes to defense mode, it's going to be lovely. The big thing that he has that will be really annoying is Blast Sphere. And the thing that I wondered about finding out is you can have a lot of fun with Blast Sphere in my Fairy Dreams deck. By the way, still absolutely love that Fairy Dreams deck. It has easily become my favorite deck I've made in a very long time. No, that's 2 of his mechanical chasers, which are the biggest real threat in his deck. He does technically have Zera the Mant, but that card isn't very good. Now, considering what he has in the back, let's use Swords of Revealing Light. Okay, cool. Magic Jammer. That's fine. We're going to attack into his monster. Damn it, Yaiba Robo. I should have thought about that. Okay, we're not going to be able to take him out this turn. I was thinking if it was Blast Sphere or Adhesive Explosive, either or, they're just going to go away and equip to it. It wasn't going to be much of a problem. I thought just slightly too late that, oh no, it could very well be something else, but I did not expect it to be Yaiba Robo. 1300 defense just isn't something I was expecting. But at this point in time, he's pretty much... Yeah, he's pretty much screwed. And Dark Magician attacks for game. Oops. Yeah, that happens. Muscle memory. Just, I'm going through the motions here. How many times I went through and beat that freaking duel. But now let's go through and do something I'm not very happy to do. And that is play against a stupid Exodia deck again. This time, this Exodia deck, it really isn't all that difficult if you play it right. And if I gain one card in the very beginning, I might just go through and... I might just do what I did last time. Because as soon as I got one card to resolve, I just... Yeah, I won the game, you can't beat me. So, let's see. Let's go first. Mainly because if he manages to get Exodia in the first turn, I'm gonna be thoroughly annoyed. Okay. That is one of the two cards I would like to see. So, I'm feeling slightly confident. Slightly, because it's the slower way of actually winning. Actually, I shouldn't say that. It's faster. The other one's just assured. Yeah, let's go through and at least time seal them. Yeah, get your card early. Things he uses a bunch of level 4 monsters which have incredibly high defense. And he doesn't really have any way of attacking. So using something like Summon Skull and just going right over his monsters like that one will definitely give you the game. Yep, that's lovely. Reckless Greed, so now the next 2 turns he's not going to be able to draw. But that doesn't matter. Graceful Charity. If you crash the game... Because I have had Exodia crash a game before. Yeah, no, story deck. Unfortunately, I wanted to beat the entire game with story deck. Which, granted, I have nothing to really prove, considering the fact that I've kind of been doing this upstairs with my laptop. And I've completely dealt with the entirety of GX now. I have all the campaigns started, and I've already finished the first one. But now... Now I have the ability to go and deal with all of the... God. Come on, just find an Exodia piece. Though you're good, pick that one. Now come on, have a duplicate in hand. Damn. If he gets a duplicate and we don't have anything on his field, he has before just... And I'm going to see if he's going to do it. If he gets a duplicate, he may just go through and summon that duplicate. God. Yeah, getting annoyed with this. I'm gonna place multiply down. One more time. I can't attack anyway. Yeah. He doesn't have anything, so... I highly doubt that's actually going to go about stopping him. Oh, God. Yeah, you really should just be taking that. Come on, take the Exodia piece. Either win or summon one. Really isn't what I want. And Graceful Charity off of that? Bullshit. Oh, look at that. And the game crashed. Oh, well. Looks like we're gonna have to start that up again. At the very least, and from the looks of it, yeah. Yeah, it still works, so. We're just going to have to go through and do this again! I still love this game, but this is the second time Exodia has crashed this game for me today. Granted, I also haven't really had that problem before. And again, I also don't really run into Exodia that often. Okay, I can already tell that this one sucks, so... I'm gonna go through and use Gazelle, King of Mythical Beasts. I'm gonna enter him. He does run Raigeki, just so you know. So... Oh, now let's think about Makiyu, the Magical Mist, does not say that it runs, that it does anything with, doesn't say that it does anything with face-up monsters. It's just monsters your opponent controls. Therefore, if we can get a Summoned Skull, we can have quite a bit of fun. And there really only is two different monsters that, there really is only two different monsters that you can go about putting out for a defensive wall. Yeah, battle phase. Oh, yeah, that's right. Swords Revealing Light. I'm stupid. Yeah, I didn't recognize that card. I don't want to attack these and see what they are. So, I will take... a Summon Skull. So I'm pretty sure he's just looking to Raigeki my board. Yeah, there's no way something in here isn't an Exodia piece. Okay. Wow, he managed to actually get all of these guys. If I draw into a Summoned Skull, dude, you were screwed. Outside of Swords of Revealing Light? Interesting. Oh yeah, that's right, he does have blue, the Red Eyes. Black Dragon. Well, yes. Not dealing with that. I'm not very happy that he actually has a chance to beat me this way. Do we even have anything? Sure, let's just go and time seal him. I would very... God damn it, Reckless Greed. Oh, perfect time for it. If I've already time sealed you, you might as well just Reckless Greed. Please, off the top of my deck, give me Summon Skull. Another Reckless Greed, that's cool. Graceful Charity. Come on, show me Exodia. Now, show me Summon Skull off the top of my deck. Frankly, that is infuriating. The fact that an Exodia deck's just going to win against me by not even doing what he's supposed to. Yeah, I'm still gonna go first. Ah, there's Summon Skull. And Chain Destruction. Now all I need is an actual monster. Okay, Graceful Charity. Pot of Greed. Ah, and I won the game! Okay. Well, that was nice. Good to know that I didn't have to actually work for this time. Okay, summon Feral Imp, and next time we're just gonna have so much fun. We can go use Baphomet to get a Gazelle King of Mythical Beasts to hand. It doesn't matter whatever he has. He literally cannot win anymore. The only thing he has is the Red Eyes Black Dragon, and he's not going to be able to stick anything to the field. Because all I need to do is just summon Skull, and suddenly he has no chance. Unless he gets a Swords of Revealing Light, but even then I summon Skull, and he can't beat over it unless he uses a Raigeki. But we can use Baphomet to get Gazelle. From there, Polymerization is now going to be active. I'm not going to do it this turn, just in case he's going to Raigeki, but... we can set Alpha the Magnet Warrior. Again, because of the entire Swords of Revealing Light, and the fact that he can still draw into Raigeki, I'm not going to commit to anything. I mean, he's still drawing cards really, really quickly, so... Sure, I have two of these. Now, what will you do? Upstart Goblin, you have to have a Raigeki at this point. And you don't. Okay, so this has to be face up then. Because it doesn't state. I would think it would have to, but then again, there's a bunch of cards that doesn't really matter whether or not something's face up. But we can tribute for a Summon Skull. Polymerization, these two. For Chimera, the Mystical Beast. And I feel very confident I might actually be able to win this. As long as he doesn't get a Raigeki. Wow, and they're all... I was expecting something else. And no Raigeki. Well, if you're gonna be like that, then I might as well just continue to attack. Wow. Again, what was he getting rid of? Let me look at this graveyard. Okay, so there's one of them in there. Yeah, I'm expecting him to have these, otherwise I wouldn't be... He only has 3 defensive monsters at this point in time that he could very well have in his deck. So I may not need to use Summon Skulls anymore for the attack, though, at this point in time, as long as he doesn't get a Raigeki, which the Pot of Greed can get him into, or the Dark Hole. Guess he's gonna get Dark Hole. Yeah, the AI is just brilliant. Gotta love it. Okay, that is game. Summon Skull attack. And finish him off, Chimera, the flying mystical beast. Wow, that is still so frustrating. How many times it took me to beat... How many times it took me to beat him. But all you need is... If you manage to get off that one chain destruction, your opponent really can't do anything to win outside of Red Eyes Black Dragon. Yeah. Swords of Revealing Light, though, would be pretty good, and Reckless Greed. Okay, so... Yeah, we actually have time for something else. I would very much like to be able to play something else right now. At this point in time, I kind of don't want to be playing dual monsters anymore, and I would like to be playing either 5Ds or, let's say, GX. Well, is there anything we can get out of Arcana's deck that's actually going to be useful to me? I am running a Magician's deck, which is kind of a Dark Magician, Magician Girl deck, and my other computer. Therefore, I shouldn't really need to... I can still use them if I make a completely different type of deck. So... let's go second. Having the extra card in the battle phase matters. I'm not actually sure what that could be. Well, let's find out. Okay, good, I attacked it. I did not know he had Stealth Bird in his deck. Oh, shit. Okay, I'm gonna summon Beaver Warrior. And for once, Mystic Box is actually gonna be really important. Because if that's a second Stealth Bird, I would be screwed. Because by the time that thing goes off, he would be able to just, like, burn me for way too much. Then again, Dark Magician is good. Not like I got you off of that. But at the very least, that's easier to deal with. Ah, real easy to deal with. I'm gonna set Big Shield Gardener, just in case I don't have to use Mirror Force this turn. Okay, yeah, that's good. You are mine, Arcana. I am going to set Feral Imp. I go about... I have to make sure I do that. But if... The big thing is if I... Hopefully summon something. Okay, no he doesn't. Because I can now get a Dark Magician out, like I should be able to get one out. But if that is... Again, there's so many different things. I'm not entirely familiar with this deck right now. But let's go through and summon for Dark Magician. I don't really want to go about using half my life points for anything. It's a big thing I'm trying to avoid. Okay, that one isn't so bad. Jester Lord. Granted, it has to be the only monster on the field, which means your opponent can't really have anything on their field. Well, might as well go and deal this. Damn it, this is why I don't want to use it. Ooh, I'm so happy I used that. I would very much not want him to be using Soul Exchange. Though, you really should have kept Soul Exchange, buddy. I'm pretty sure it's going to solve your problems. What else might he actually have? Okay, a Mystic Tomato. If I go through and attack this, what can he get off of it? If he has a Dark Magician to hand, a Soul Exchange, and Stealth Bird, okay. Yeah, that makes some sense. I don't mind that idea either. Polymerization, that's cool. Hopefully he has no way to out my monsters, but then again, I don't even know what this thing is. Definitely not Mirror Force, so... That's the only thing that would, at this point in time, really make me feel terrible. Or Sakuretsu Armor, or anything that's just gonna screw with me. Okay, what can we find? Well, let's go with, magical hats, and to be honest, let's go with polymerization. So... Yeah, I'm not very fond of this one. Okay, yeah, this is what I'm trying to get. So... Yeah, as long as I can... Actually, if I get out... Dark Magician Girl... I was attempting to not have to do this right now. Yep, and then we can use this. It should be 3+ because it's also in the graveyards. Which means they shouldn't be affected by my opponent's card effects until the end of turn. Which means they can attack under Messenger of Peace. That actually worked out fairly well. Yeah, kinda, you didn't win. Boo-hoo-hoo. Have fun. Get better. Okay, so... Thousand Knives, Jester Lord, Fiendish Chain's not bad. And we can do one more. Now, Weevil. I despise you, like any good person should. But let's see what we can do against him. He's using degenerate strategies is the big thing. I'm not entirely happy with what my hand is. Please draw me into something better. Let's summon Little Wingard. What do you have back there? Hinge Hopper. Not too happy with that. Not gonna be using this until I really need to. Because one of those isn't gonna be very likely to save me. Both of these together definitely have the ability to. On the other hand, I have to find out a way of getting over the Cocoon of Evolution. And I can probably do so just by DNA surgery. Well, that's one of the degenerate cards he has. Yeah. So we can set you. Use Alligator Sword. And find out what you are. Parasite, Parasite. Okay. No. Good thing he just doesn't have the ability to get out his boss monster. That would be most frustrating. Okay, so... I still don't very much like the fact that... I'm just waiting for him to be able to do whatever he wants is the problem. Nope. And that's unfortunately, if he gets Insect Barrier, we're screwed. Considering the fact that this sucks right now. Think I'm gonna Time Wizard. Okay, heads. Tails, damn. The big thing is Skull Dice could get me, or get that under, but I really am trying to save that for Insect Queen, because I don't really have an out to Insect Queen, to be honest. Petite Moth, really? Oh, that's cool. Okay... No, I'm not going to chain any of those. No, I don't need to. Okay, Alligator Sword isn't bad. I can at least start dealing damage to him. But again, the big thing is if he gets Insect Barrier, I'm screwed. And then the only way I can really win is getting Jinzo onto the field. Hey, why are you... Okay, that's cool. For a second, I was wondering... Oh, Sakuretsu armor. I really am just scared of, If this rolls a 6, I'll be really happy. 5, okay. Unfortunately, a 5's not good enough. Wow. 2 5s. Again, I very much... Getting Sakuretsu armor is the entire reason why I'm even thinking about doing this. Otherwise, I was really... Because Insect Queen is going to be a complete blowout. And I'm not going to really be able to beat over it with even Jinzo, to be honest, if he has a well-established board. But at this point in time, I'm actually doing fairly well, as long as he cannot get into Insect Barrier. Because I don't know if this deck really has any back row removal. Yep, we will change it to defense. Well, let's see. Okay, that's fine. Really wish I put Little Wingard back into attack position. That was my fault. Graceful Charity. Oh. It's just lovely. No. If he has nothing on the field, then I'm gonna win. Okay, I guess that's fine. Alligator Sword, attack! I don't very much like decks that rely on, you know, dice specifically. Coins are one thing, it's a 50-50 shot. But dice specifically, the very least, are a bit more... You can't really control whatever you get. And it can definitely vary what... It varies a little bit too much for me, what you might be able to do. So, let's see. Joey, what can you give me? I would very much like to have Red Eyes Black Flare Dragon. My Gemini deck would very much like it to have a powerful Gemini monster. So I also have to go through some of the GX sets so I can just in general get some better monsters for Gemini. Okay. Hymn of Light. Now I think about I have been getting some... If I can get Herald of Ultimateness. Joey does give me a bunch of cards for rituals, and also gets me into a... pretty sure there's a field spell specifically for light... light ritual monsters. Which means together I might be able to make something. Okay, Red Eyes Fusion. I really like Red Eyes Fusion. I wonder whether or not Red Eyes Fusion... No, Red Eyes Fusion should work in that deck that I'm thinking of. Because I should be able to... Actually, it doesn't. Because I can't do so from the deck. Which is the problem, because my Gemini monsters are effect monsters while in the deck. They're only considered normal while in the graveyard and in the in the graveyard and on the field. Red Eyes, Flare Metal Dragon. Okay, I'm interested. Real interested in what I can do with that. And a third one. Okay, how are we going to... What can we do to get a deck using this? Seriously, I'm so interested in making a deck using, like, just locking my opponent out with that. I just need to be able to get out a bunch of level 7s. Okay, nothing else I'm seeing is very interesting. Well, outside of Vanity's Ruler. The big thing is, I love how sometimes I can gift card. Interesting. And also a collective power is not so bad. But I love how I can go through and have fun with, you know, let's say, my other game that I'm playing of this, and I have really bad luck trying to get one specific card. And then I try a different one, and I get an entire playset before I even hit half the cards I can get out of the booster. Full playset. And it's a rare. Which means I only get one shot at it with each one. That's lovely. It almost reminds me of that first time I was playing Gravekeepers, where I didn't get Necro Valley for Grandpa Muto until over 900. Like 914 it might have been for my first one. My second one wasn't until like 929, 928. And my third one was like, I shit you not, like 937. That was before I figured out, oh, I can just gain these cards off of winning and playing against an actual AI opponent. Which makes me look stupid. But oh well. We did some stuff. We suffered a crash. We managed to get by that. We're doing fine. Have a nice day, everybody.